So right before sitting down to record this video, I sent my brother a text message. And I said, "Hey, yo, bro, would you mind if you could send me some pictures of you fishing? I want to see some pictures of you fishing so I could put them in my next video if that's okay with you." And almost without any hesitation, he sends me picture after picture after picture of him getting some really big fish. And I say, "You do know, bro, that this is going to be public. This is something I'm going to be putting up on my channel." And he said, "Yeah, I do know that. Why would I pass up the opportunity to brag? Why would I pass up the opportunity to show off how good of a fisherman I really am and how big fish I can catch?" And it was at that moment that I realized that my brother never went fishing with crab bait before. Because the thing about crabs is if you have a bucket full of crabs and one of the crabs tries to escape out of the bucket, what will often tend to happen is all of the other crabs in the bucket will drag it back down. And this is where the phrase crabs in a bucket comes from. It is to demonstrate and to illustrate the common human tendency that we see all too frequently of people thinking, consciously or otherwise, if I can't have it, neither can you. And unfortunately, back in 2014, the developer of Flappy Bird, Don Mugen, learned this the hard way. He unfortunately made the mistake of publicly going out there and saying, "Hey, by the way, I'm making $50,000 a day with Flappy Bird. $50,000 a day with Flappy Bird." And this is when he started getting a lot of hate. A lot of people were sending him death threats, and allegedly, Nintendo was trying to go after him legally for using pipes in Flappy Bird that resembled the pipes in Super Mario. And so he was getting a lot of hate, and who knows who was trying to get a piece of that pie. Maybe there were friends who came out of the woodwork. Maybe there was family that came out of the woodwork. We really don't know. But what ended up happening was Don Mugen went out there and said, "I can't do this anymore. Yes, Flappy Bird is making me this much money, but I'm taking it off the App Store. We can't have this up anymore. My peace of mind is more important." And unfortunately, this is something that happened again this morning. Because what happened this morning is the developer of Only Up, which is a viral game on Steam that a lot of streamers ended up playing, came out there and said that he is going to be taking Only Up off of the Steam store. And this is what he posted on Steam word for word. He says, "I'm a solo developer, and this game is my first experience in game dev. A game I did for creativity, to test myself, and where I made a lot of mistakes. The game has kept me under a lot of stress all of these months. Now I want to put the game behind me. And yes, the game won't be available in the Steam store soon. That's what I decided myself. What I need now is peace of mind and healing. I plan to take a pause and continue my education in game design, and further, with new experience and knowledge, to direct my energies to my next game." And so there's some vaguity here. He doesn't say exactly what happened. All he said is he needs some time to kind of let go of the stress and for healing. And this implies, considering how vague he was, that he learned his lesson or he learned the hard way. What happens when you have a lot of success really quickly? And this is why you hear some millionaires give the advice. And what they say to younger people is, be careful of getting rich too early. Be careful of getting rich in your 20s. And there are a lot of consequences that come with that happening. You know, we look at someone like Zuckerberg. Say what you want about Zuckerberg. He's rich, obviously. He has to deal with death threats. He has to worry about people trying to take his kids for ransom. He needs to pay $30 million a year for bodyguards. That's not a fun way to live. For him to go out on a jog, he needs 3 or 4 people to come out on a jog with him. And you have the likes of someone like Amaranth, who is a Twitch streamer, who is getting people showing up to her house and guys showing up to her house. It's not fun. It's not a situation you ever really want to be in. And so it's a tough situation. I wish him the best. I never played Only Up myself, but I watched a lot of gameplay of Only Up, and it looked like a fun game. Unfortunately, it's not something it seems like I'll be able to buy off Steam anytime soon. And I hope that the game dev can kind of pick up his feet and kind of figure out where he's going to go from here. And that's really all I have to say for this one. Later.